Welcome back everybody. Hi, I'm Rich with the Blade, your personal mission guru, and today we're gonna talk about one special missions which are illegal missions and they're called Unverified Vaughn missions. We're gonna explain what are differences between these illegal missions and normal legal bounty missions. We're gonna explain how to rank up on these missions, explain also what equipment you should buy and explain how to use it. Also show what valuable cargo you can get in these transport ships which you can get in these missions, and show you where you sell all this stuff which you can get from this cargo, which is usually Weevil X, right? This is what everybody is going for. So let's dive into this tutorial. First, we're gonna explain you differences. So if you're in your Mobiglass and you put on contracts here down, you see in this whole list I have where it says Bounty Hunter. So this is normal verified legal missions, and you see I already opened the ERT, which are the most high level missions, and this is missions where you get these big cargo ships. So the difference is that in these missions, if you get near the ships, they're immediately hostile. They're gonna attack you, right? But if you kill them, you're not gonna get crime stat. But if you wanna do these unverified missions, they're mercenary missions, and when you get near the ships, they're not hostile, they're neutral, but if you attack them, they instantly get hostile, and if you kill just one ship, you get in crime stat 3. So you kill the pilot. And how much more ships you kill, so much more your crime stat grows, and you get really big crime stat for that. To be able to do these missions, you need to max out Vaughn missions to the maximum. What that means, as you see here where I'm showing in reputation in your Mobiglass, you need to be Master Assassin. But it's a problem to keep this reputation if because of game or because of your fail, if you for example die, this mission fail, and then your rank is going down again. So it's only needed one mission to fail and automatically you're not Master Assassin. You're Elite Assassin with like few millimeters of this bar rank going to the left, so that means that you don't have even Elite Assassin full. And because of that you're not getting these 45k highest valuable missions with the best cargo. So you need to rank it up again. And these missions are called an onerous task, a troublesome task, and an extremely difficult task. They all starts with letter A, just very good to remember that. When you're gonna be ranking up, then you're gonna have like these missions which also called like a very difficult task or a most trying task. So they're all starting with A, because even if you don't have full rank, if it's just a little bit under maximum rank, you can still get some cargo ships which can have some loot. Now we're gonna explain you how to rank up. So it depends if you're a starter player or if you're a player who already have a lots of money and you earn a lots of credits, and you have lots of ships. It's not the same thing. So if you're a starter player and you have just like a Titan, Aurora, or maybe some plate ship which is better, you're gonna be able to fight these ships in the beginning missions. But how the mission is gonna go higher, then the mission is gonna get normally much more, heavier ships with better armament, better guns, and they can very easily drop your shields down, right? So for this, you need to have something which has much more powerful guns which you can use as a pilot. So for starter players, the best thing to recommend is to rent Andromeda. It's two reasons, because Andromeda has size 5 guns now. In front you have 4 of them, so that's high firepower, and you have a nice cargo, which is not extremely big cargo, but it's very nice cargo to have, so you can sell stuff, you can take some cargo from these ships if you're gonna take them. I'm gonna put in description link from the Star Citizen Tools site, which can show you what ships can be rented and where and for how much money. Unfortunately, Andromeda is pretty expensive, it's like more than 200k for one day. So, you really need to earn something before you're gonna be able to do this stuff if you really have just some, basic starter pack ship. Now is the question how to rank up fast. To do that properly, you need to just take the mission, go to mission area, and only kill the main target. You don't kill other ships, because with killing other ships, you're increasing also your crime stat, right? Because if you kill just one ship, you already get the crime stat 3. So your crime stat is gonna grow very fast. I mean, it's gonna grow fast anyway, even if you do lots of missions, but you don't have to kill other ships. So when you kill the main target, just fly away and jump to some OM point, take another mission, and just repeat the process all the time. This is how you do it. And you can do this like in maybe 3 days, you know, if you're gonna play for like maybe, I don't know, 3 hours per day or 4. But every time when you're gonna do this, you need to go to prison, and then you're gonna have sentence like maybe 1 day sentence, you know, like 24 hours. So yeah, you get very huge sentences for that. And now we're gonna show you how you can, you know, reduce your sentence by a lot in time, right? So if you're in prison and you go very deep in mines, so here I'm showing you, see number 1 mine, number 2, number 3. So you can just choose any path that you want, and you just go so deep inside the mines that the comm link, the satellite, is gonna lost your, you know, like connection with you. And that means that in this depth you can knock out NPCs and steal their gems what they mine. So you don't have to mine yourself, right? Because if you knock out the NPC when the comm link is on, then for each knocking out, you basically get like more than 2 more hours of sentence to 3, you know, something around that time. So you're not supposed to do that, right? You're just supposed to go deeper, and you're gonna see now when I get to the mine 7, right? The depth 7, not the mine 7. This eye in the left corner up is gonna disappear. It's gonna be, say, the comm link lost, you see on the right side. So now we can knock out the NPCs, right? I'm going here back just to show you. You see now it's comm link established again, and now if you go there, it's comm link lost. And now here we can knock out already NPCs, and you just, you know, get in their inventory and you select on the gems if they have. So that first one didn't have anything, then I just like looking forward and looking which one is gonna have gems. So all these 3 that I'm gonna knock out, they're gonna only have aphrite, which is the worst gem to sell because it has the lowest value. So what you need to looking for is the Hadanite gems, and also the, you know, the Dolowine. But also Dolowine is much less, you know, valuable than Hadanite. Hadanite is the best gem that you can possibly get. And now you see I'm going back now, and now we're gonna go back to level 1 in this particular part of mine, and this is where you have a console, right? So now you're gonna see here on the right, this is the console, and this is where you're selling gems. So now you just deposit here, press it, and you see you can have Hadanite, Dallo, and Aphrite, but you only have Aphrite. And now you just sell it, and now you go back out of the mines. The only thing what you need to be aware in the prison is that also other players are doing the same thing, you know, maybe not players who are new to the game because they don't know these tactics, but other players who know that, they can also steal the gems the same way from you, the same as you can steal them from NPCs, you know, so it's the same thing. So you always need to be careful when you're doing this. Now we're gonna teach you how to do that missions properly, you know, what equipment to use, and how to equip yourself, and what you're supposed to do and not to do, you know, before you start these missions. Usually what people doing, especially if they're playing teams, they're shutting off the comm link down, because then whatever crime you commit, you're not gonna get crime stat at all, right? So that's the easiest way to do it, so you can do whatever you want. But the thing is that if you turn off the comm link down, players get missions to put that comm link back on. And if you wanna get it back off, if you leave the area of the mission, which is like more than like 15 kilometers away, you're gonna basically disband the mission like that. To do that, turning on and off, especially if you're doing it alone, it's not, you know, valuable way to do it, and you're just gonna keep losing rank, you know, because of that. we're gonna show you now how is this done and how you're gonna have the least trouble with everything. So let's dive in. What I'm gonna use is C2, and I'm gonna put in Pisces, medical Pisces inside the C2, and I'm gonna put 4 Nox hover bikes. So why 4? I mean, usually you need only 1, but this just, you know, for a placement, because they can explode, you can crash into something, you can lose guns on them, you know, because you have size 1 guns, and that's why you need to have multiple, you know. One of these Nox bikes costs like 700k in the R-Corp in Astro Armada shop. They're not so expensive, but I have like 8 of them, you know, because we're doing lots of this boarding stuff. So yeah, the thing with mission is that you need to board them. And now you're gonna see how I'm placing these bikes, and you're gonna see also how I'm gonna place the Pisces, you know, the medical ship inside. So he's not gonna be in the way of the cargo behind. That's important to know, you know, so you can use the most your grid for cargo in the back. Because Pisces is pretty tiny, and as you see here, I'm trying to place these bikes, and because of the server bad performance, they start to jump. You know, sometimes that happen, not so often, but it could happen, and then you need to, you know, place them again, you know, park them properly and everything. And whatever you do with these bikes, after you spawn them and you want to put them in the ship, or if you want to enter in the ship, you need to scroll that small you know, red box full down to the bottom and just push it just for one scroll up. So you're gonna go very slowly inside the ship, or if you need to go outside of the ship, because these bikes just vibrate, and you know, they're always interacting for some ridiculous reason, you know, because if you turn them off and you shut off power completely, then they're supposed to be like completely dead, but they are not. They always interact, you know. It's always something that is still, you know, touching this thing, touching that thing, and it's just terrible. Here now you can see how I'm placing Pisces sideways, and you see on this right side of the legs is like a line on the floor, which is like right side of end of the elevator. So you need to put it from the left side of this line, so you can very easily stack the first box on the grid, you know, on the full length from left to right. So this is important to know. Differences between Hercules ships is that on the A2 you can stack only this big one box on the grid. Then in the M2 you can stack one big one and one small one in height like this. So they stack, you know, they're clamped on the grid, if you want to say it like that. And in C2 you can put 2 big ones. So if you remove this small one away, because now we are in the C2, right? It can stack 2 big ones. So that's the main differences between these ships. I just want to take this short moment to thank you all who are supporting me, and if you think that my videos are very useful and informative, please, you know, like, subscribe and share it with other people so they can get also this all useful information. Now we're finally doing a mission. So this is one complete run of this mission, and as you see here, we're in the Hurston area, and you can also get this mission in Crusader area in Yellow Belt. So this is the only 2 places where you can get them. So we're doing it on Hurston area, and if you put on unverified, you see we have one, it says unonerous task. So this is the full rank mission. It's 45k what you can get if you finish it. And it says it's near Hurston weapon testing site above Magda moon. So if you get them on Hurston, they can be on the surface, but they can also be above the moons. Because only these ones you can board with bikes, right? Bikes you cannot use on the surface because ships are like in 1.5 kilometers up from the surface, and you cannot go so high with bikes. You can go like maybe 10 meters up, down, you know, leveling up the bike. So that's why you need to always get these missions in Yellow Belt, Asteroid Belt, or above the Hurston moons, right? So now we're going there. And as you see here, when we're approaching, we're gonna try to leave our ship on like maybe just under like 14 kilometers. And the reason for that is so you can get back with bike and mission is not gonna be disbanded. So first thing what we're gonna do it's actually going in our Pisces. So we forgot this time almost to do that. And we put imprint here. So if something happens there that I die or I glitched or something, I can kill myself and just spawn back in Pisces. And now we're taking a bike and we're going towards the mission, right? So it's some secrets about this what normally the new players don't know at all, and even some veterans who are playing a long time, they don't know some stuff what you can do with these bikes. So we're gonna show you this all here. So the first thing is, normally these bikes can scan like any other ship, and you're gonna see here, you're gonna find in one C2 almost like over 90 SU of X. So that's like 10 million in money. See it? It's 91 SU. So this is what players are going for in these missions, because the Weevil FX are the most valuable commodity in the game currently now, and one SU of this X is from 108 to 112k one SU, right? So one small box can give you 112k. So that's a lot of money, right? And what we're gonna do first here now, so this is what I wanna show you, is that you can knock out the guns with shooting these guns with your guns on your Nox hoverbike. And you can do that with repeaters, but a lot of people are saying about how you're gonna do that if the shields are on. Well, you can get under the shields. So now I'm showing you here this, how I'm gonna do this. So you see where I'm under the shields, it's not more blue like hello light going, but also in these missions, if you shoot little bit on ships, because of master modes now, which are the new thing in the game, these ships are putting their like placement in nav mode, so they don't have shields on. So many times that happen, and they can very easily knock off all the guns from the ships. But even if they don't put themselves in nav mode to have shields down, you can still go, like I said, under the ship's shields and knock out all the guns. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky, but you can do it on all of the ships, right? And unfortunately, like this Corsair, or for example Andromeda, has a lot of guns, so you're gonna spend a little bit time doing that. But if you have a second person, these guys can collect all these guns and also sell it if you wanna get money for everything, if you wanna say it like that. But you're not gonna get a lot of money, so it's just your option if you really wanna do it. But yes, you can collect all of them. You just need to remember that the maximum count of items in any ship, especially like big ones, is not more than 100 items. That means that if you put more than 100 guns, they're gonna probably start to disappear, maybe even sooner, because of the performance of the server, right? So that's something that in the future we're gonna be able to put these guns on the grid, so they're gonna clamp on the grid same as boxes, but we don't have that yet in the game. So as you see here, I'm still knocking out these all guns. This is on the 890 jump ship, and he has only 2 of them. So you can remember that you're very quickly done with 890 jump if you wanna do it like that, or if you have Reclaimer, you only need to do the top upper big size 5 guns man turret to knock out. So you only need to knock out 2 guns, so you're very quickly done with these 2 type of biggest ships. But C2 has on the top, that's for the pilot, and he has 2 remote control gunners in the back, right? So it has 6 guns, right? One on the top, one underneath. And M2 has 1 more remote control gunner under the chin, and so that's only 2 more guns. And for example, A2 has the most guns, so you have a lot of knocking out there if you wanna completely strip it off from the guns. And as you see here, this C2 is actually having shields on, but I'm just so low sitting that I'm under the shields. So you just need to be able to aim very good and hit actual gun. So that's important, because Just remember, you can actually kill these ships if you're not hitting the guns with Nog's bike shooting, and even if they have shields on, and hitting actual hull. We already killed like many times like Redeemer like that or Corsair, because you're damaging ship and they're not aware of that, these NPCs, you know. This is how mechanic works in the game. So yeah, you can kill them. And why I'm doing all this is to be sure that when I board the main ship where the eggs are, that other ships are not gonna start to shoot at my ship, because you basically immediately start to be hostile towards them when you step with your foot in that ship where you wanna take the cargo. So one more thing what you can do is also just open the door and not go into ship, and just pull the eggs or whatever cargo you want out from outside with tractor beam, and then you can just come with your ship back and you know, just load this into your ship. But the problem is that if you don't finish the mission, your rank drops down. So that means that you need to do one more mission again before you get these highest missions, right? And that where you have these problems. You basically need to kill the main ship, and main ship here is the 890 jump, but that ship is empty. Now we're gonna reveal you some more secrets about this. Also on ships like Inferno, which has like these huge guns, which you cannot actually exchange in the vehicle load manager for something else. The truth is that yes, you can knock them also off. So you just need to shoot like maybe 4 clips or 6 of your full capacity of laser repeaters, but yes, you can knock them off. So don't think that these ships is not possible to take off the guns. Yes, it is. And now the gun is just gonna fly away. See it? So it is possible. One more big secret is that you can actually enter these main target ships, you know, which has this yellow marker, and with that entering, you basically making these ships become hostile. But he's not moving, he's always stationary, and now the other NPC ships from this mission starts to attack it. And this is actually very great way to finish the mission if other ships, also the main target ship, doesn't have any good cargo, right? But this is much more useful if these ships are bugged, which they are always, and what that means is that pilots are T-posing. So in ships like Redeemer, which we are now in currently, and also ships like all the constellations, you know, Andromeda, Taurus, Aquila or Phoenix, they all have pilots T-posing, and that means that you cannot knock them out with fists to punch them, and you cannot kill them with the guns. So this way to do it, to basically soft dead the ship, it's making you, you know, completely finish the mission. But this doesn't work always, unfortunately. We don't know why, but sometimes ships just don't attack. And then if you have like big ships, like maybe Hercules, if you want to do that, the same thing, just punch the pilot once, and then they're gonna start to attack other ships to that main ship. So this is how it's done. And normally be aware that these ships can, you know, hard dead that main ship in which you're gonna enter. So yes, you can die, so that's why it's great to have, you know, Pisces in your C2 or Ursa Medical, you know, so that's the reason why we're bringing this stuff with us. What I'm doing now, I'm putting the bike inside and I'm gonna step in this ship, right? You see sometimes they're glitching out because you don't place them properly. It needs to be like placed on their like legs, like invisible legs, right? But I'm gonna go inside the ship, and immediately when I enter, now other ship starts to move. So that was reason why we knock out all the guns. But on main ship, you don't have to do that. You can just put it in nav mode, and the shields are immediately off. And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna knock out the only pilot. And the reason why we're doing that, it's, you see in the left corner down, we just get Crimestead 1. So that's the secret about these missions. If you kill the ship, if you start shooting on the ship, you automatically get crime stat 3. But we just knock out the actual pilot, we didn't destroy the ship, and now we just have crime stat 1. And if I do that on another ship, I just gonna get crime stat 2. And if I do on the third ship, I gonna still have crime stat 2. Only if I do the fourth one, then I get crime stat 3. But the catch in that is that this crime stat, even if it's crime stat 3, you can pay it off completely to not have any crime stat because you didn't destruct the vehicle. And that's this biggest reason, you know, why when you're doing this alone especially, you're supposed to do it this way, with boarding with bikes and knocking out pilots only, because you're not risking to get big crime stat where you're gonna be bounty hunted, you know, from other players, because now you have valuable cargo in your ship. It's not worth it to lose that. So this is the only right way to do it, to not mess with, you know, shutting off the comm links. And you see here I'm putting actually this big 32 SU box to this now line next to the Pisces. You're gonna see it on the floor here, you see. This is that line where it's a border of the grid. So this is the maximum further that I can put, and you should put the boxes, and now you still have this all cargo, so you can still do these missions, keep filling up more eggs, or if you find quantanium if you want, or maybe gold. You can also find a lots of you know, these tier 1 materials, which are like ores, like taranite, gold, baxelite, which you don't have usually so much in the normal ERTs. And also here, as you see what I'm showing on this screenshot, we have quantanium and maze, what we find in one, I think was M2 Hercules ship. So only quantanium here is just a little bit over 5 million, and maze is like a little bit over 3.5 million. So we're having over 8.5 million income in just this one ship. So yeah, this is what you can find. It's rare, you know, but you can find it. And now we're closing the ship, we're putting back the bike inside, you know, because it's still useful. We didn't crash it, nothing happens to him. And this is how you can finish the mission. But as you see here, I'm actually going back, and I decided to, you know, what the hell, I'm gonna finish the mission to not lose the rank. Because at some point, because you're not hostile anymore to these ships, they're stopped to move. So if that happens, if you see that option, just go to them. You know, you can still open the doors with your guns, even if you have your, you know, personal weapons, but you have guns on the knock, so you can just easily do it with that. And you just go up, knock out the pilot, and you just get crime stat 2, right? So you're still not in this big crime stat 3, and you finish the mission. So now you can do another one if you want. Now best thing to do is to actually go to some station, because you only have crime stat 2, so station is not gonna shoot on you, and you don't have bounty hunters on your head. And because of that, we're gonna exactly do that. We're gonna go to Grim Hex, and we're gonna clear our crime stat there. So you're gonna see actually if you have crime stat 3, how that looks like, and how much you actually need to pay, you know, for clearing out your crime stat in these consoles. First, I'm showing you where to go in Grim Hex. So you need to go from consoles here left when you get out of elevators, and in this big elevator, you're going down, then left here, and then right up here in the corner. So this is where you have the console for paying. So if you log in, you're gonna now see that mine total fines are 96k. So that's for crime stat 3, which you get with this 2nd degree and 1st degree battery, like attack on the NPCs, right? If you get only 3, that's gonna be like 70, how much is that? 72k, right? So that's 3/4 of the 100k, or almost 100k, which you need to pay all the time. So it's better maybe to always go with some friends to do that, you know, so you're gonna share the crime stats, it's less to pay, and it's in general more easier way to do it. Where we're gonna sell our cargo, our Weevil of X, we're gonna go to Hurston to Reclamation and Disposal Orient. So this is scrapyard, on the actual Hurston planet, but I'm not gonna sell that alone, you know. So I'm gonna invite one of my friends, and he's gonna check down there if somebody is not inside where the selling console is, or if somebody is not gonna camp there with ships or an actual scrapyard, you know, because people camp there, they wanna, you know, shoot you and take your cargo, because this is what piracy is all about. I'm speeding out now this video, so you're not gonna waste your time. We're just gonna see where we're landing. So this is that reclamation disposal orient. It's like a small, you know, outpost, which is actually scrapyard, and this is where you sell your illegal cargo, because we cannot sell Weevil X in Green Hex, unfortunately. You know, you can only sell maize. You can sell maybe like Continuum also in Green Hex, but not the X. So now we're gonna go out, and we're gonna run towards this small habitat, and inside of that habitat it's a console where you can normally sell your cargo. And as you see here, it's a lot of spots where people can camp here and just snipe you out and, you know, open with railgun your back door and take everything from your ship, or just steal your ship in general, right? Now the time is come finally to sell, so just click sell up, choose your ship, which in our case is C2, click on Gasping Weevil X 95 ACU and put slider to the right, and you see it's over 10.5 million, which is a lot of amount of money, and then you just click sell, and that's it, and you're done. But now we need to mention also some problems that they can occur when you're doing these missions with ships which are in the missions. So unfortunately, if you get Andromeda or Redeemer in the mission as a main ship, and you need to, you know, destroy it, but you don't want to destroy it, you want to actually knock out the pilot, you just can't do that. And the reason for that is because the pilots in these ships, because of the bug in the game, they're T-posing, so it's not possible way to knock them out, not even shoot them with your personal weapons. One more ship which is causing problems, it's a Drake Corsair, and the problem on him is that you cannot open doors or hatches, you know, with shooting with a bike or some personal weapon, except maybe railgun. And normally, because of problems of these two type of ships, you just need to destroy them. That's the only way to not lose the rank, and that is gonna give you crime stat 3, and the only way to do it normally is, like I said before, to maybe drop down the comm link, so you can't get crime stat at all. I hope all you guys enjoyed this presentation of this one mercenary illegal missions, and that you're gonna have now less problems, you know, how to do it and not to get crime stat, and how to make like some workarounds around these bugs. But I'm gonna explain you now what is maybe the quickest way to do it, and the easiest is that you just stay on this 35 kilometers away when you jump, so you don't go more near. You take the bike, you go to the ships, and then you open them, you pull the cargo out without going into ship, and then you just kill the main target, and you can kill yourself next to the cargo. So after that, when you respawn in your Pisces in C2, you're gonna be able to just, you know, go to that your death marker, and you're gonna see your Nox bike there next to cargo, and just collect the cargo and you're done. That's basically the most easiest way to do it, because cargo always stays in that place, only ships disappear. As you see, is a multiple ways how you can finish these missions and actually do them if you're alone or maybe with a team, so you just need to choose which is the right one for you. If you like all this, guys, you can always join us. Now I have a new Discord because the old one was compromised and my account was stolen, so we're just building the brand new Discord, and you can always join there, and the links from Discord gonna be in the description, and also my Twitch link is here, so you can always join me on my live streams, which are basically streaming every day, so it's not a problem to chit chat there or ask any type of questions that you want regarding this video or any other part of the Star Citizen game. Guys, if you find this all information informative and useful, normally like it, subscribe, and share this with all other players which you know, which maybe need help with this, or they just want to know much more information about it. Well, till next time, see ya. Bye bye.